Hey everybody, I'm VSG, aka Manal, here with my post-vertical sleeve gastrectomy, my post-VSG, post-gastric sleeve, whatever you want to call it, weight loss surgery update for all of you. That's week 9 and 2 months already after my surgery. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a snapshot of where I'm at 2 months down the road and catch you up on my week and all of that. So just to check in from last week, if any of you had seen my previous video, I was like a little, not bummed, but hoping for a bigger loss. I had lost 2 pounds, and the week before that I had lost like less than a pound. So I was like looking for a catch up, and this week I got it. I was very happy. So last week I weighed in, or I guess I'll start from the beginning. My highest weight was 260. My surgery day weight was 254. Last week I was 220. Oh, what was I? Lost it there for a second. Last week I was 227.8, and this week I was 224.4, meaning I lost 3.4 pounds, which I was super excited about. And didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, because I've been like ravenously hungry all week. And I think it's because a certain time of the month is around the corner, which makes me like crave everything like a week before. Like not immediately before, but like a week before. I'm just like, rah, 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 like, like Cookie Monster. So I was, really worried about what the scale would say, but no, it went down quite a big chunk. So I was very excited. So that means that in total, I have lost in total, I've lost 35.6 pounds. And since surgery, I have lost, you guys, I'm struggling with math right now. In total, I have lost 35.6 pounds. And since surgery, I have lost 29.6 pounds, which is freaking awesome, honestly. And it's so funny, like, I can't help but think about the fact that throughout this process, I mean, I'm sure to some degree everybody feels like this. Like you feel so fixated on the numbers, like every week I'm like, oh, I better lose like 4 pounds this week or whatever. And then, but when you think about it, like in beforehand, if I was ever dieting on my own, if I had lost that, I averaged 15 pounds per month. That's like unbelievable. And so it kind of like looking at the big picture, it really made me want to focus more on, focusing on the forest as opposed to the trees. Because, like, if you just obsess over every marker point, then you're never going to feel like you're accomplishing anything. And of course, it takes some patience, and I've really learned that. But to think that in the last 2 months and the last, like, 2 months and 1 week, I've lost like 36 pounds just like blows my mind. And so I'm really happy. My goal from this surgery is to lose 100 pounds. And so that would take me from 260 to 160. And that's still a little bit above the recommended BMI for my height. I'm only 5'2". And so I think, like, even to be considered on the high end of normal, I think I would have to be 148 or something like that, or even a little bit lower, probably. But for me, for the way that I carry weight, I carry it mostly in my limbs. And so, my hips, my thighs, my arms, things like that. And so I always, like, even my surgeon, when I told him I weighed 260 before I got on the scale, he was shocked because he's like, you don't necessarily look like that. But I carry it quite stealthily, I guess. So I feel like 160 I would be really happy with. And I guess we'll see when we get there. So anyway, so 100 pounds, which means I'm already 36% there. And I think they say you're supposed to lose 50% of your excess weight in the first 6 months or something. I believe that's the correct stat. But yeah, so I mean, I feel like I'm doing really great, and I feel really happy. I feel really proud of myself. So I feel good. I also took some measurements, but the thing is, because I'm such a silly bum, I didn't take them right before surgery. I don't know why, I just like evaded my mind. So I took them in October. My surgery date was 9/15, 2016. I took my measurements not until 10/24. Sorry, I keep looking away. I'm looking at the Excel sheet. So yeah, I took them 10/24, which was just 3 weeks ago. But despite that, I did pretty well, actually. I lost a total of 7.75 inches, so 7 3/4 inches, and just in the last 3 weeks, which I'm like, that's pretty awesome. So I'll list them down below, but the most notable ones were, so what I did was arms, left and right, thighs, waist, neck, bust, hips, and the calves, like each of my calves. So most notably were loss in my thighs. In my left thigh, I lost 1.25 inches. In my right thigh, I lost 1. And then the biggest loss was in my waist. I lost 3 inches. I lost 1 inch in my bust, womp womp, and half an inch in my hips. So, I mean, I was really thrilled with that. And I really honestly have been able to notice because I have like 3 or 4 pairs of pants that I tend to circulate through, and they're all getting pretty baggy, I have to say. So I'm thinking by the end of next month, I'll probably have to go out and face my biggest fear, the mall, and have to pick up some new things, hopefully in smaller sizes. So we'll wait and see how that goes. Um, Otherwise, what can I tell you guys? I mean, this whole process has been such a delightful surprise for me. I really dreaded this surgery for a long time, and I debated for years if I was going to get it or not. And not to get too, like, reflective so early in the journey, but I have to say, if someone asked me right now, what do you think? I would say I wish I had done this 4 years ago when I first thought about it, because all the things that I was really afraid of have proven not to be, substantial fears. And I mean, knock on wood, we're here. I hope nothing comes up. I mean, again, it is quite early, but and I've said this before. I'm just so shocked that I'm able to have a normal life. Like, I've always felt kind of like a slave to food in a way, or a slave to my body, because it had a bigger control over my mental health and on my sense of self and self worth and so many things. And to feel like, I made this big amendment in my life, and my life is already feels like so many things beyond food. And it's not like a lot of those things have not materialized yet. Like, there's some things that I'm like hoping to do in the future, which I'm sure I will. But it's like, I feel like there's this unlock that has happened on my mind. And it still has a long way to go, don't get me wrong. But I'm really happy I did this. I'm really happy. And I can only wait to see what happens in the future. So enough sappiness. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cry. Yeah, so as far as how my food has changed, so obviously in the beginning, you're on your soft foods and your liquids and whatever, so that was a good month of time. And then for 2 weeks after that, I really started incorporating more of the softer foods. So I had like eggs and cottage cheese and like egg salad and fish and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, in the last 10 days, I've really expanded my eating profile. I had a turkey burger this week. I had, what else? I'm having all the different kinds of ground beef, like all these things that I'm almost eating everything. Like obviously no carbs. I've had no rice, no pasta, no bread, none of that since I started. I did mention to you guys I've been indulging in a little bit of sweets, like a little Hershey bar thingy, like this big, like not like down in the whole bar or anything, but I am indulging in that, and I don't feel so bad. I think it's been fine. Um, Protein shakes have really started to make their way out of my regular thing. That was really a staple for me before. Daily I would have one, and now I probably only have one if I'm on the run. If I'm out the door. Um, the Premier Protein chocolate still my fave, my go-to. Um, yeah, so I mean, those are the most substantial things. Yesterday, I had the most delicious thing ever. I got these frozen turkey burgers from Trader Joe's, and then I saw this thing for like a special burger sauce where you put it's like this mix of like it's not nothing's fancy, but it was like ketchup and mayo and pickles and like some paprika and whatever. So I had that. Like I put a little bit on the side of my burger that I put some cheese on, and it was honestly so delicious. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me, like finding that I can still have things that are savory and delicious and yummy, and I'm fine, and it's like no big deal. So that was really fantastic. What else can I tell you guys about food? I definitely can eat more. Like I can eat a lot more than I did before, and I don't know if that's a common experience that people have had so early. I mean, I can only imagine that by now at 9 weeks, my stomach has healed or is like almost completely healed, and so by default, once the swelling goes down, probably the stomach area gets a little bit bigger. So I am like acutely aware of that. And so I want to keep track to like make sure I'm measuring my food instead of just eating until I'm full, which I did earlier today, which was not good because you just don't feel it. All of a sudden you're like bursting full and you're like, oh God, this is not good. So that's one thing I want to do. Yeah, so goals from now on. So definitely measuring my food, which I've been a little haphazard about. Drinking enough water. You guys, I haven't drank water for like other than half a bottle for the last 2 days. And I don't understand why it's like so hard for me to drink water. And I always complain about this. But it's been really, I can't drink water. And I think it will really start affecting my weight loss. So, like, I'm always amazed when I hear people like, oh, I drank 100 ounces today. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Because I just could never do it. So I really need to find a way to do that. So, drinking more water, measuring my food, um, probably being wary a little bit of my calories. Not that there are tons, but like I really don't think I should eat more than 800 calories right now. And I think I like the most I get is up to 1,000. So I need to be a little bit more cautious of that. What else? I'm a big coffee drinker. I mean, I have one cup that's iced coffee, which is mostly milk, and I drink it throughout the day. But I think I need to cut it down to every other day. I would really like to do that. Um, what else? I'd like to start eating more salads. I haven't been having that many greens. Like I feel the bulk of the food I try to eat is protein based. But now I feel like salad should be fine. So I want to start incorporating that. And then of course, exercise. Um, I am exercising every week, but I need to, I think, up it up a little bit because that, is very important for obvious reasons. And yeah, so I mean that's most of what I wanted to cover. I think the last little thing was, um, just reflecting on the mental the mental experience of going through all of this. And like I said, I'm a little a person can become impatient, and I definitely have been. And last week I had mentioned to you guys like the day I made my video, I had gone to this conference that I go to every year where I only see people I see people like there once a year. And so, people can tell if you've changed or not changed. And so since I went last year, I've lost 30 pounds roughly. Because, yeah, last year around this time, I think I was like 252 or so. And so 30 pounds on a person that weighs 260 pounds doesn't show that much. I mean, let's be honest. And so, in a way, though, I felt so good. Like, I got dressed up. I wore things I haven't been able to wear for so long. And so I was kind of like strutting all over the place there. And it felt really good. But then, I would see a picture of myself and I would be like, oh shit, actually, whoa, there those cheeks are. Like, I don't know how to explain. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it was just like, I just don't want to mind F myself, into not enjoying the process just because I still, like, it's going to take time. And, and I don't know if people have had this experience, but sometimes I feel like the way that the world can interact with a person is like can be heavily related to weight. And like I've seen a lot of videos where people say like, when they were heavier that they weren't noticed as much, and then when they lost weight that they got a lot more attention, or people were friendly, or people were whatever. And I don't know, like I guess maybe I don't know, maybe this sounds weird, but I guess I think because I felt so good, I thought things would be, and I don't even mean like getting hit on or something. Like I don't care about that at all. But I just mean like, I don't know. And I think this kind of conference too is a little. I don't want to say it's snooty. It's not. People are really nice, but they are a little like image conscious. Like it is kind of like a very image conscious group of people. And anyway, I don't know. And maybe I'm not making much sense. But my point is that I want to be able to really enjoy where I am and not like I don't want to keep like trying to evaluate things based on reactions or based on whatever. Like I should just enjoy this for what it is, and I'm doing so well. Like I'm doing so well, thank God. And I just need to like chill out a little bit and just, enjoy the process, and I'm sure I'm going to come out the other side like fantastic. I just need to stop seeking external validation, because it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. And I really want to try to get a hold of that as I move forward, because, if you seek like your sense of self worth from external validation, you'll never be happy. And, I've struggled with confidence issues for many years, and weight has definitely had a big thing to do with that. And so I just need to remember that this is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. And like I said earlier, to see the forest through the trees, and just kind of like, chill out a little bit, and know that I already did the hardest part. And well, I mean, I did the biggest part, and now it's like, you know, getting through it and pushing through, which I am. So just to like, take my time and enjoy the journey. Anyway, I have rambled for a long time, so I will spare you any more rambling. Thank you for checking in, and thank you guys for, helping me stay accountable for the last 9 weeks, and I'm sure it will continue. So thanks, you guys, again for watching, and have a great rest of the day or night or weekend, or, have a great day. I'll catch up with you guys next week. Bye.